going on, friends? It's Colin, and I just wanted to shoot a quick vlog to serve as kind of a summary / epilogue for the month of April, which has probably been the busiest in my musical career. So I'm just out running some errands. I'm not on my way to a show or anything for a change. And so yeah, if you've been following along here on Facebook or YouTube, I had a tour. I was out for 2 weeks to start the month. And if you haven't checked out those videos and you want to, they're kind of out of date now, but I filmed the whole way, and when I got home I kind of took a bit of a break from producing videos, but not a break from music. I got home on a Monday after driving straight home from Ottawa, which is like 1,100 kilometers, and the next day I was in rehearsals with my band preparing for the album launch show, which took place April 20th at Grimross Brewing Company here in Fredericton. And thank you to everyone who turned out. It was a great night, and I really appreciate all the support and the kind words. For those of you that haven't checked out the album yet, you know, I think it's pretty good. Otherwise, I wouldn't be staking my music career on it. So if you haven't had a listen, you can search for Colin Fowlie Party Music on Spotify, or you know, it's on Apple Music, Google Play. If you don't have a subscription to those services, you can look for it on Bandcamp at bandcamp.com, and I've got it set up so that you can listen to it for free. So you don't have to pay in order to check out the music, and at this point in my career, I just want people to hear it, and I want to hear your feedback. So whether that's good or bad, sometimes the hardest feedback to hear is the information that is going to make you better in the long run. So have at it. And yeah, so we had the album launch, and then the following week we were in rehearsals for a tribute show that took place this past Friday night at Grimross, where me and a bunch of local musicians recreated the album's Big Shiny Tunes 1 and 2 front to back. I was supported by James Rooney and Jarrett Meadows from my band, and we were joined by Ollie LeBlanc on bass, another local treasure, and a guitar player, vocalist extraordinaire by the name of James Morrison. And he really took the lead on knowing all the songs, like all the details, so that he could kind of lead the band where if we were in unfamiliar territory we got lost. He did an amazing job, and we were joined by some guest vocalists as well. Just too many people to mention, but that was kind of the core crew that helped me pull it all together. And we raised a lot of money for the Living Roots Music Festival and for CHSR 97.9 FM, which is an event and an organization that I feel very strongly about. CHSR is our local campus and community radio station. They play tons of local music, but they also help us get our music out to the rest of the country, which is super important. And you know, they need financial help, because they do. and so being able to participate in that kind of event to raise some money was the least I could do, basically. And Living Roots is an incredible festival that's coming up here at the end of May. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. And between those two shows, my band was in Halifax to represent the city of Fredericton and the Harvest Jazz and Blues Festival. We performed a set at an expo put on by Saltscapes, which is, I believe, like a tourism magazine publication in Nova Scotia. And so I, again, really appreciate City of Fredericton and Harvest putting their trust in us to go and represent Fredericton, and we did our best to do you proud. So that has been April, which is crazy. I have a couple of days off, and then I'm coming for you, Nova Scotia. So Thursday night, I'm going to be at the Timber Lounge in Halifax at 7 p.m. doing an acoustic set. On Friday night, I am at Lund's Brewing in Lawrencetown, Nova Scotia. And then Saturday, I'm going to head over just into Cape Breton to play at the Groundswell in Descousse at 8 p.m. So if you're in Nova Scotia, or you have friends or family there that might like to check out some live music, send them my way. I also do want to quickly thank the New Brunswick Musicians Association. They are affiliated with the American Federation of Musicians, and basically that is the union for those that are engaged in professional musician activities like myself and others. And they're super supportive in like sharing posts, getting the name out, getting the word out there. But they provide very real support to professional musicians. They can help with like contract settlements, and there's resources for international, just all kinds of things that they can help you out with. So if you are or are considering a career in music, then I highly encourage you to look into your local musicians union and see what they have to offer, because it is a difficult road, and taking advantage of all the resources available to you is absolutely necessary. And as always, Music New Brunswick, which is our provincial music arts federation, they help with funding, they help with all kinds of stuff, and just basically trying to get the music of New Brunswick out to the rest of the country and beyond. So that's it for the thank yous. I'm almost at my destination. I'm going to have some footage from our Halifax trip, some including the whole band. And I think I'll put a live performance of my song Photographs, a bit of a throwback to the tour, filmed at the Painted Lady in Toronto. I'm happy with how that turned out, and I haven't really been filming live performance footage since, because I just needed a bit of a break from videos and wanted to kind of live in the moment. But I'll be back at it with the vlogs when I head to Nova Scotia, and I hope you guys are having a great day. We'll talk soon. What's going on, friends? It's Colin, and just doing a quick video here because we are set up and sound checked and ready to play at the Saltscapes Expo in Halifax. We'll probably do a bit more talking after the show, and I will try and run this camera and get some footage if I can, but it's a cool spot. Got a great stage, and hopefully this will be full of people. Talk to you after. What is going on, friends? It's Colin. And I realized I never did sort of a tour epilogue vlog, if you will. And that is because I got home from tour. I didn't have a day off. We went right into rehearsals for my album launch show back on April 20th, which went awesome. And the day after that show, we were into rehearsals for a tribute show that we're playing tomorrow night in Fredericton, where we will recreate Big Shiny Tunes 1 and 2 in their entirety as a fundraiser. So I've learned something like 25 new songs this week, played a couple of gigs. It's been busy, but it's great to be home, and this is the first time that I'm doing a vlog with the whole band. This is the crew that plays with me when when we go to bring the noise, if you will. So we have Mr. James Rooney here, drummer extraordinaire. Thank you. Mr. Jared Meadows in the back. He holds down the low end on the bass. And our resident guitar virtuoso, Mr. Steve Hubbard, is hiding back there behind my head, although it's a wide-angle camera, so you can probably see him. Anyway, so we were playing in Halifax, and I did like a little intro in front of the stage, but I didn't capture any footage of the gig because just the way it worked out, we were like entertaining a group of delegates and invitees to this expo. I do want to thank Stacey Russell from the city of Fredericton and the Harvest Jazz and Blues Festival for sending us as the representation. I really hope that we did a good job for them, and you know, it was one of those shows where people are listening but they're networking and stuff, so we tried to kind of play to the room and not overpower things, and then just give them some music to help their evening, ease them into their evening. And we were opening up for a great band called Port Cities, and it's a trio from Cape Breton. Amazing harmonies. Definitely recommend you check them out. So we drove from Fredericton this morning, and we left early because the St. John River, which is the river that divides Fredericton, and runs a long ways through the province here of New Brunswick, although we're in Nova Scotia at the moment, it is flooded. And the Trans-Canada Highway, which is the main route between Fredericton and ultimately Halifax, is closed. So we had to take, like a 100-kilometer detour on the way down. We're on a 100-kilometer detour on the way back. So we're looking at something like 11 hours on the road today, plus the gig. but we're still alive and we're still awake, and we get to go home and rest and do it all again tomorrow night. So, you know, we party hard like rock stars, let me tell you. I'm just kidding. We're hard work. It's hard work, but it's good fun, and it's always a pleasure to be able to make music with these guys. So, anyway, hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Thank you so much for all the support. I'm going to try and find a video from the tour, probably from my Painted Lady gig in Toronto, where I had you know, good camera, good video quality, good audio quality, and maybe pop up the song Photographs, which is one that I was particularly happy with that night. So you have some music to listen to. My album, again, is out everywhere you get your digital music. Party Music is the name of it, and I'll put a link to Spotify in the description of this video if you're watching it on YouTube. And if you're not, then Facebook doesn't like links. If I put a link, you won't see the video at all, so what's the point? But yeah, look it up on Spotify, give us some streams. We're trying to get the streaming numbers up there. Not worried about the money. Spotify pay sucks. Everyone knows that, who's paying attention to the industry. But a lot of places that try and book artists and program festivals and whatnot, they look at your Spotify numbers as a measuring stick. So stream away if you have a subscription, please. That helps me out as much as anything else. Helps all of us out, because everyone here in this car played on the album. And I'm going to sign off because I feel like I'm talking too much, as I often do towards the end of these videos. We'll catch you on the flip side. Cheers, guys.
From the cold dead hand of another man in a foreign land. Before I was 17, I signed the papers in my brother's name. When I showed my hand, I was on the plane. I bluffed my way into the game. I brought the picture back of two younger girls with hair so perfect black, and I put it in a drawer, facing down between a copper star and an old cigar I haven't smoked so far. I just hold it to remember. When I sit and look at photographs, it feels like reading epitaphs for the moments that have come to pass, but never go away. If I hadn't turned in time, his final stand could have well been mine, but it felt like an imperfect crime. It haunts me to this day. For 40 years I worked along the shore. We didn't have it all, but never needed more. Just you and me and two girls of our own. Life is simple in this fishing town. The girls are grown and now they're not around. We talk almost every day. When I sit and look at photographs, it feels like reading epitaphs for all the moments that were meant to last, in frames out on display. It's not like we were wasting time. I had your love and you had all of mine. It never felt like we had passed our prime. We earned the touch of gray. No, you never even held the hand of another man. So here I stand and love you even more tomorrow. It feels like reading epitaphs for the moments that were gone too fast. I let them slip away when you were running out of time. I would have given you the rest of mine, but now your name is on this marble sign where I bring flowers every day. Thank you very much.